I needed an AoE card to actually get through that. Maybe the Feel No Pain would have done it, but I don't know how I buy the Feel No Pain. I didn't have enough gold. Would have been dying to Gremlin up at that point. Ooville. Rough act for Silent. We can go 6 hallway fights and get some elites. We can go this way. And the back half of the act is just bad. Could try to go this way, 5 hallway fights into a super elite. That's gonna be hard. Maybe I get a dash. Like a flying knee. Took 32 damage in Gremlin now, but wasn't easier. That's like not how the world works. I didn't have a duplication potion or plus, like what? The fights are different when you change your deck between them, Muffin Thief. Muffin Thief. Muffin Thief. Muffin Thief. When your deck changes, and your relics change, and your potions change, how good you are at different fights also changes. Damn it, Muffin Thief. I actually had enough energy to just kill that turn. Whoops. Crippling Cloud's insane. Crippling Cloud's really good at hard hallway fights. Just saying, just thinking out loud here. It's been a while since I died in Act 1 in Slay the Spire, right? I certainly don't remember the last time. There are only 15 Monkas left in the channel. Dead Adventure does not affect which elite you can get next. It doesn't count as an elite fight, so it doesn't have any interactions with elite fights. Poison potion, a deadly poison. We're like probably able to kill a super elite. Unfortunately, this is a super elite, so I guess we'll just kill this. $54 splits at 36. Hold on. Now 45, 39. The regen potion going at this point, I think. Eventually we won't get attacked by both of them at the same time. How do I feel about Watcher development seemingly coming to an end in her current state? Has it? I mean, that sounds like something that hasn't been actually said by the devs, so I don't see why I would bother having an opinion about it. Unfortunately, I lost half of my health in this fight. Ooh, an explosive potion. Well, now we're fine. um, Just need one more pot. Just need a potion from this fight. Fire potion. Noxious Fumes. We'll call Noxious Fumes good. I beat Lagavulin. I don't beat Gremlin Knob. I beat Sentries sometimes. Let's live. Let's live a little. It's one of the ones I beat. The speed of major balance changes has slowed down a lot. Well, I don't remember there being any balance changes 6 months ago. Oof. Not a great start. Not weakened and didn't have block guards. Decent chance we don't take damage again in the fight, though. Fire potion helps us stay alive. There's a second backflip on offer. I really need a glass knife. Dagger throw is like a glass knife. Glass knife for people who don't have real glass knives. Double crippling cloud is cool. Meal ticket, sure. The relics don't do very much so far, though. Definitely could use relics that did things. Dagger throw more like ass knife than glass knife. Unlucky for dagger throw. So let's see. If I weakened that, it would be weak the next time it attacked as well. By having 21 cards in my deck already somehow, I'm actually like pretty good at the fight, because I don't get to a point where I'm drawing the dazes until like the fight's over right now. I only just reshuffled my draw pile. What does meal ticket do? It heals us when we go to stores. Bag of Prep is a real relic. I don't think we need a dagger spray with double cloud and a fumes. Use some upgrades though. And to strike into a backflip. We died a Gremlin Knob, I think. Ooh, so good at the game. So good at the game. Alright, I don't think that we make it through the path I just went on, like, more than 40% of the time or something. But I sure went on it, and we sure didn't die. Which means it was the right play. Meal ticket is a common relic. Mummified hand's cool. Do I want 1,000 cuts now that I have a mummified hand? I don't play a ton of cards, but mummified hand? Could upgrade it, or just want to upgrade the crippling clouds. Just upgrade the crippling clouds. How did I choose my path? In this act, like everywhere I can go is 1 elite plus 2 campfires or something. It's really hard to get strong in this act. Could have gone this way, 5 hallway fights through a campfire, elite campfire with nothing else but hallway fights, like just huge amounts of damage, not very strong either. The only path that potentially gets us strong is this one. Got 3 elites and 3 campfires on it. Just hard to go through it. I don't really want to draw my Crippling Cloud plus here. I would like to play it. Ooh. This is a decision. I think I don't want to take the debuffs. Also the 5 poison probably like makes up for not having an extra turn of damage dealing. Anyway. This is our last turn of week, and we don't really get more. Our weak all comes from Crippling Clouds. I have a bunch of block cards and I only have to survive like 1 turn here. Cool. We win. On to Act 2. And an adrenaline. Crippling Cloud used to be single target 3 or 5 poison, 3 or 5 weak. I remember that card. I remember being so confused about why I would need to apply 5 weak to a single target. A somewhat odd thing. I guess ectoplasm? Maybe Philostone. We have a lot of card draws, so if we get any Piercing Whales or Malazes, we can deal with multi-attack enemies pretty handily, I think. Also, we have Crippling Cloud for the AoEs. Yeah, I think Philostone's okay here. Set my Ray of Frost to play 5 week 3. Hey, Surge! Thanks for the raid. Welcome on in, everybody. How y'all doing? Oh, I'm Jorbs, and today we are slaying the Spire. Just like yesterday and the day before. Actually, I didn't slay the Spire yesterday, I played XCOM. But we're slaying some Spire, hanging out, killing some enemies, building some decks, getting some relics, memeing a little. Trying to deflect blame when we make mistakes, stuff like that. Hope everybody's having an awesome day. Meal ticket heals us, so stores are better than usual. I'm not sure that means I want to go to like 1 billion of them. maybe this is an okay way through the act to get 2 elite fights, and if we're not healthy, we can actually just deviate and go this way instead, get a bunch of upgrades instead of the second. Could also try to go this way through the act. It's a lot less flexible. It seems worse. It just seems worse than this way. Ever look at how much gold I get per act on average to know how bad the downside for ectoplasm is? I have a pretty good idea of how much gold you get in a run. It's not a very, like, normally distributed amount. It's sort of bimodal because of 999 gold from Mind Bloom and stuff like Old Coin. There are events where you get hundreds of gold. So, like, there's no reason to look at the average of something instead of looking at the distribution of something other than, like, simplicity, right? There's, like, I tend to try to think about things in games in terms of their full distributions. Get jaxed! Mutagenic strength, not the best here, because we've got crippling clouds instead of dagger sprays. Transforming 2 cards to get rid of the strikes makes some sense. Infinite blades, all out attack. Snecko's skull, funnel? Like, I can't imagine not... Yeah, cool. Alright. Fire potion 2? If I can draw Survivor? Nope. Mummified hand. Whoops. Unlucky. Ratzors. Upgrade all defense would be really nice here for sure. Backfoot plus is sort of like upgrading all of your defense. We just go this way. If we just go this way, I can bail if this fight goes really badly. I should be really good at fights at the moment, and my upgrades are like okay, but not that incredible. And I don't really want a hallway fight. I'd much rather have events. Another Catalyst, another Fumes, a Calculated Gamble, a Piercing Whale. Probably the first Piercing Whale here. I think our damage is very good. Can I recommend books or talks on decision making like Thinking Fast and Slow? You've been enjoying Thinking Fast and Slow? Cool. I really enjoyed the happiness hypothesis. It's a lot lighter than Thinking Fast and Slow. I don't know how many like really super useful suggestions I have right now, unfortunately. So Infinite Blades can finish killing this one next turn. You're reading Thinking Fast and Slow very slowly. I guess I sort of am too. I never finished it. But maybe I can like pretend that I will someday. Forgot I had fumes in play. Tough decision on the library? I don't think it was actually that tough. Our deck slanted more toward damage than defense and piercing whales. I guess Wraithform and Malaise might be taken over Piercing Whale, but there aren't many cards defensively that I would take over Piercing Whale right now. I'm not sure that I would take a Footwork over it. Maybe? Like, even with Mummified Hand. Maybe. Footwork's probably better for boss fights. If I could guarantee that I was okay in the elite fights, maybe I'd take Footwork. 2 fumes. Do I have enough card draw for it? I have like 3 backflips. I think so. Apparitions. Sure. I think my adrenaline might be bottled. So we have really good upgrades now. We can just like upgrade all of the apparitions. Does that make sense? No. We need to well-laid plans first before that makes any sense. Burst Catalyst, Burst Crippling Cloud. These are good things. Entropic Brew, perhaps over Fire Potion? Not really noticing the need for a Fire Potion at the moment. And we've got the Swift Potion now, which actually deals damage because it can draw us like Burst, Crippling Cloud and stuff. Burst Apparition. I bought the Fire Potion. That's okay, it did its job. It let me take the elite fights. If I hadn't had it, I couldn't have gone to the elite fights so confidently. And then, like, the elite fights worked out really well for us, so we didn't have to use the Fire Potion. But it still had value in making us confident in taking the fights. Yeah, 10 little piggies, that's the thing. That's how academia works, right? There are a bunch of people who discuss whether things are true or not. I don't know. They were fun to read. When did they remove 2 apparitions? Yeah, it's only at higher Ascension. Ceramic Fish and Akabeko. We are collecting replicas of animals. Stylized. Stylized replicas of animals. Go Burst. Burst would be cool. Do I have a curio cabinet to put my stylized animals in? I wish. I wish I had a curio cabinet. I have a bookshelf. I would show off all of my Warhammer in my curio cabinet. It would be great. Oh, it would be so great. This is my wizard, and this is my Pegasus rider. And these are my handgunners. Look, this one is shooting a cotton swab that looks like smoke from a gun. This is interesting. Guess it's not. I guess I just kill it. I have some Empire troops painted up. That's true, 10 little piggies. Many of them haven't, though, also. There aren't many books intended to expose you to thinkings of a scientific or academic community that were written more than 5 years ago that don't have people who very strongly have shown that some of the findings aren't true. It's just not really like how science works. So anytime that you're reading about something like psychology, like, you have to understand those things as fields of research which are constantly evolving and which we don't know everything about, and you have to like update your knowledge. If you're trying to make data-based, factual-based decisions about the world based on human knowledge of a field like this, you have to accept that we don't know everything and that we're constantly finding out new stuff, and that if you read something 10 years ago, we might not consider it to be true anymore, and so on and so forth. That's just one of those thorny things about trying to make data-based decisions about the world. It's really hard to find something that is clearly and unambiguously true on a good number of subjects. I have not crab juice. So to win this fight, we should probably put some noxious fumes in play and stuff pretty soon. This seems like roughly what we were going for. I love that I have the Infinite Blades and the Art of War. You definitely want both, right? I might have watched like the second one, Crab Juice or something. I don't know. I wonder if it's worth upgrading the burst. I'm pretty sure it is, yeah. But have I been upgrading? Like Crippling Cloud or something? Burst seems like a decent upgrade. Hey, pans! Thanks for that 15 months. Bomu show to you as well. Go tools of the trade with all of our card draw and our mummified hand. Starts to get a little bit iffy against Awakened one for sure. think it's probably too iffy against Awakened One. I don't know how we beat Awakened One. Got 3 backflips. Maybe we nuke Awakened One with poison before we have to... Let's go Slaver Scholar. Before we have to play powers somehow. Your 3-hour class was just cancelled. Yikes. When I hear that, I just like how do you make that back as a professor? 3 hours. That is so much time. Imagine if someone didn't attend 3 hours of my Slay the Spire stream. Imagine them trying to catch up on all of the stuff that would covered. They would have no chance. You get the TA to do it? Fair enough. Hard to argue with that. Should we save Akabeko for next fight? Gerbs, Akabeko can't be saved between fights. Wait, it came back again. What is this, some sort of witchcraft? Where's my other noxious fumes? What's going on here? Did I just do the math wrong and take 4? Wow, that's awkward. Akabeko can be saved between fights. Just hit the heart for 150 with neutralize. Oh, I love it. My deck's very bad on like turn 8. It is a deck that scales the wrong direction. It gets worse over the course of a fight instead of better. Let's grab the burst upgrade. I entered it missing 4 health. Oh, okay, good. Good, 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 good. This is a little bit more manageable, I feel. You love the fluff of Wanderer a ton. I feel like the flavor of Wanderer is pretty solid. I feel like the mechanics of Wanderer are okay. They're definitely like a first attempt at making a mod class for me. I feel like we can tighten up the balance and have it be really fun to play, and with good art assets and stuff, it will be really cool too. What kind of mouthfeel is Wanderer? Wanderer is like... It's like a honeydew melon, but one of the honeydew melons is like a little bit unripe, so it's like a little bit crunchy around the edges. How do you win a run with such weak mechanics like Apparition and Burst and Catalyst? Well, you hit the I am awake button to upgrade all of your cards. Do I hit the I am awake button to upgrade all of my cards? I think I do. 33 health. The thing is, I only have 33 health anyway. And upgrading all of my cards lets me beat a weakened one because my defends are upgraded and my backflips are upgraded. And my neutralize is upgraded is actually sort of relevant. I am rich will give 1,008 gold. Technically true. Wouldn't it be 29 health? It will be 29 health. It's 4, 9, 11, 13, 16, 19, 23 upgrades in the 30 card deck. 23. Hey, thanks for the $10 donation.
Hi Yorbs. I didn't get to donate during the trans charity stream, but I wanted to tell you that seeing all the support and positivity from you and chat really helped me out of a pretty bad slump. Thank you so much for all you do. From a quiet trans girl.
You're welcome, and I'm glad to hear that, and thank you very much for the donation. Alrighty. I will not be healing anymore this run. I can't smith because... Oh, because all of the cards are upgraded. I was freaking out. I was planning to upgrade all the campfires. All the cards are already upgraded. Alright, let's buy something unupgraded here. Another Crippling Cloud, maybe? Not the best store. Regal Pillow. Won't be needing that. No, thank you. Couldn't find Burst. Rip. Actually just die next turn. Like outright. Nope. Look at that upgraded apparition. No problem. Reflexively start scrolling before realizing I didn't need to. Yep, that happened. You caught me. This is 2 health. If you were to submit art for the Wanderer, how would you know whether a card would or wouldn't be removed? I'm not sure. Well-laid plan seems good. I'm not planning on removing a ton of the cards that exist for Wanderer. Like maybe 5 of them or something. I'm doing alright, be kind to people. Hope you're doing well too. Yeah, I'm not giving away HP. And Apotheosis isn't very good here anyway, so... Hee. That's fine. Can get 27 gold there. Too bad. Definitely larger than a regular sized head, right? Definitely not a regular sized head. But a giant head? I don't know. I feel like I'm expecting a jawline at least as large as I am before I start calling something a giant head. A little giant head? Perhaps this is like a baby giant head. Based on the size of your head and monitor, it is smaller than your head. Is it larger than my head? It's larger than my head. War paint. Uh-oh. I have Dreamcatcher. I'd prefer not to be dead. You know, I should have gone Piercing Wail, then Crippling Cloud. Right, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Beating 2 Act 3 bosses and Act 4 Elite and the heart without losing any HP. That's pretty aggressive. I'll settle for without losing more than 26 HP. That'd be good with me. First defend for next turn. Burst Catalyst. Hold a couple of defends. This is the last turn we get attacked. 0 damage fight incoming. 0 damage fight, not bad. Not bad at all. I do think that Awakened One and Time Eater are both a little bit tougher than Donu Deka though. What do I think about the Will-Aid Plan's nerf? Definitely made it a bit worse. I've still been taking it basically every time I get the chance, though. I think don't play Infinite Blades here. Seems better than playing it to me. What? Oh, I needed to block more. Oh no. Oh, I'm dead. Upgrade all cards in your hand for the rest of combat. Kindly piss off. Still have 15 health. Got a wee way left to go though. I double burst apparitions because I didn't need to be intangible on the turns that were coming up. Would have just meant that I didn't have the apparitions anymore when I could have just blocked or taken advantage of the fact I wasn't being attacked anyway. There we go. That's better. Okay, so we win this fight. We go to Act 4, elites with 15 health. I think I could have had 17 health. Don't think I reasonably could have had more than that, though. The relic next to Slaver's Collar, probably Mark of the Bloom. $21.93. It's a score. Okay. I don't know if 4 Crippling Clouds is really what I actually need. So, like, this seems over already? Oh, I can play auto attack here even. It's okay to discard 1 apparition. I can just hold backflip apparition, it's not really much worse. I buy the medkit just for the lulz. I want to be able to exhaust the statuses. Okay, flowers going off on turn 1 of the heart fight. We got here with 15 health. I have a colorless potion, which I'm going to guess is slightly better than Blessing of the Forge. I have 0 dexterity. Colorless potion could give Panacea. Right? It could. Right? I'm pretty sure that's true. If it gives Panacea, I probably win the run. Discovery. Okay. Hot drops or leg sweep. I don't want infinite blades again, I think. Upgrading infinite blades is actually a bad thing. That's sort of funny. Alright, let's find out if we die next turn. Yes. In the worst way possible. Well, the good news is that I enjoy defect runs. I think for a run with no footworks or wraith forms and 1 piercing whale and no malaise, we did an okay job here. We couldn't quite get there. Should have taken 2 less damage. If I'd gotten the single attack, I would have won the fight, maybe.